everyone wants to live a very long life. Of course, the requirement for that is to certainly be happy. One of the things that's showing up quite a bit in people who die at a much younger age than the average lifespan is high incidence of what's called hyperkyphosis, or increased curvature in the mid-back area. So there are two kinds of hyperkyphosis. One is actually structural, meaning the person actually has issues that cause that decreased curvature. Typically, that's a scoliosis issue, or maybe there's a compression fracture or stress fracture, not stress, but compression fracture within the spine, typically due to osteoporosis. However, functional hyperkyphosis, or something that has to do with posture, is something that is correctable. So in order to really optimize your health and live a long, happy life, that's one of the things that should be certainly addressed. Now, the question is, what does this have to do with high or shorter lifespan? High morbidity, shorter lifespan. And it's pretty obvious if you think about it. People who hunch with a hunchback, who have a forward flexion posture, typically they don't have the ability to breathe deeply. So this machine called our body is working on low oxygen. That means every function you can imagine is compromised as a result of low oxygen. Another thing that is highly important to note is the fact that the brain, which controls everything, every function in your body, requires three things: oxygen, activation, and glucose. So activation, unfortunately, in our daily routine of sitting behind a computer and everything is just a routine occipital overload and not much of any other parts of the brain being activated, unfortunately, the activation is being lacked quite a bit. The other thing is the oxygen. When you're in a slouched position, it impacts the diaphragmatic movement, how much oxygen is able to be taken in with every breath, and all of that impacts our health and our function. So one of the things to pay close attention to is our posture, not because of aesthetics, but because of how it's related to every function in your body. Remember, you're the designer and the director of your own life, so design and direct it the way you want. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. Take care.